This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Acting for Non-Actors by Frank Catalano. Introduction. The non-actor, harnessing acting skills for professional growth. The simple definition of a person that is a non-actor is a person who doesn't act professionally as an actor. A non-actor could be a person of any profession that may find themselves in a universe that requires them to utilize methods of communication, including acting, to communicate ideas to people in their professional and personal lives. A non-actor is a person who is not a professional performer, who uses acting techniques to share with others. And that's just about everybody. Let's stop and think about this for a moment. Make a list of 5 individuals you might interact with that utilize acting skills in the day-to-day activities of their careers. I'm thinking of doctors, lawyers, and salespersons. How does that work? You would want your doctor like a doctor. What does that mean? Your doctor must know all your health and fitness elements and sciences. But you would also expect your doctor to professionally convey information about your health. You would not want your doctor to act like a stand-up comedian. You expect your doctor to act very informedly, especially regarding your health. What about a lawyer? If you interact with a lawyer, you will want that lawyer to know the law, cite it without looking it up, and communicate professionally with other lawyers, judges, courts, and juries. All of this sounds very logical, but we don't think of our doctors and lawyers as performers. We think of them as doctors and lawyers, and don't think much of that after that. Now let's consider a salesperson. A salesperson will use communication skills to sell you a car, a piece of clothing, or a home. You want them to be informed about the products or services that they sell to you. But you also want it to be communicated to you in a way you can understand so you can make the appropriate decision. I am saying here that if a salesperson tries to sell you a car, they should know something about the car they are selling you. When we buy, everyone is different. Using the vehicle example, some people may be concerned about safety and may want to know about safety features. In contrast, others may be focused on performance and how quickly the car goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour. And yet a third person might be interested in fuel economy. The salesperson must be the vehicle expert on safety, performance, and fuel efficiency. Each person, the doctor, the lawyer, and the salesperson all have to assume a role within the professional framework of what they do. You want your doctor to act like a doctor, your lawyer to be lawyerly, and your salesperson to be knowledgeable about the product or service. These individuals have to perform and play a specific role in what they do. This same process also plays out in your private life. You assume a particular character at home and play a role within your family. It could be the head of the family or somebody that's part of the family. You have a different role or function when you are with your friends. You may have yet another character and function at work with your colleagues. You play a certain role within each environment. Everyone is a non-actor that utilizes acting in everything they do. When used in this framework means anytime you use a certain physicality, vocal quality, or emotion to communicate an idea or a feeling to another person or a group of persons. This does not mean you're playing a role in a play or a movie, but you are playing a role within the universe that you are communicating in. The universe that you share could be any number of things. It could be your family circle, your job, or meeting people in public or social situations where you are, assuming a particular character within that universe. You could be talking to yours teacher, doctor, or boss where you work, and within each situation, you assume a specific character to communicate what is needed. And in these examples, if you're talking to a teacher, you are a student interested in learning. If you are conversing with your doctor, you are assuming the role of a patient. If you are an employee and talking to your boss, you would want to communicate an idea about your job about something you need. Let's not forget, when you are home with your family, you assume a particular role there as well as parent, child, or sibling. To answer the question, who is a non-actor? The answer is everyone. Do you consider yourself to be a non-actor? When looking at yourself, do you consider yourself a non-actor? A person who utilizes acting in their everyday personal and professional
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.